All right, we're going to talk pretty quick about war rooms and troop types. Basically, if you go to any of your APCs, you can do soldiers, shooters, or vehicles. If you do a setup, typically this is the most efficient way to put your troops. The reason why this is true is you want your fighters in the front row. They are taking and absorbing the most damage, which is what they're best for. You're putting your snipers in the second row because they do the most damage, and therefore your second hero, you want to make sure that they actually have their abilities activated. And then traditionally, you put your vehicles in the last row because they're just kind of a filler. The reason why this formation is the most common is because it kind of just fits for everybody. Again, this is a beginner little guy, so there's many ways to do this, but as far as an introductory glance, this is how most people will fill out all their APCs. It lets you have theoretically the same amount of every single type of troop, and maximize your heroes by default without really having to think about anything. The other thing that people will do is they will put all the same troop type together. If you do this, you get a nice little bonus. As you see, I get a 19% vehicle formation for attack, and then a 17% for defense. If I go and say, okay, I'm going to do that here, this actually happened to work out in a great example of what to do. Again, I'm still getting a buff. I get 13% might, 11% resistance. I'll go into why those numbers are different later. But right now, this is a great example of how to make your APC better. That APC versus this one is literally 12% better. Why? Because I put just one, by adding just a little bit of troops here in your last row, if you're struggling to fill out an APC, you're going to make sure that you're getting that troop type bonus. So if you are low on troops and you're trying to figure out how to really still stay effective on like the last day of a kill event, make sure you just put a couple guys here. That way you get your bonus. Just definitely a good thing to keep in mind. Now, when it comes to the bonus itself, that's a war room thing. So everybody's got war rooms. That's this guy right here. You got one for each guy. You achieve a war room at level 17. So if you are, let's see, yeah, in a video, congrats. So if you're doing your war rooms, this is exactly the bonus that you get for when you have all three of the same troop type. So if we go ahead and click on our vehicle war room, it's telling me exactly that bonus you saw, that 17% and that 19%. As you can see, as you upgrade it, the bonus goes up. So as you do each room, you really just want to focus, what do you build? Are you a guy that does all shooters, all vehicles, all fighters? Whatever you're doing, it's best to try to focus one guy and make sure he's being a little bit better. The one thing that people don't realize is this is the bonus when you have all your vehicles together. You do not get a war room until level 17. So everybody that's level 16 and under and is putting all their troops together and they're trying to go ahead and get these bonuses and they don't know what the bonus they're getting is, it's because it's 0. There isn't a bonus until you start upgrading these guys. So as soon as you hit level 17, start upgrading these guys as much as you can, and pick the one that works for you. The shooter one, the soldier one, not so much. So I unfortunately maximized that one first because I was being very smart. Vehicles and shooters tend to be the ones that people focus on. vehicles if you're in the teens, shooters if you're into the 20s. So again, in terms of formation and troop types, that is what you should probably be thinking about. LeBlanc, I will get back to you.